AITA for refusing to cover my arms at my cousin's wedding. A few years ago I was involved in a very painful and scary accident. Most of me was unscathed, but my arms, mainly my forearms, were damaged. I recovered 80 to 85% of my mobility, and all I have left now are some scars. Most are not that bad, but 3 of them are big and pink, which, because of my slightly darker skin, really stand out. It took me ages to really come to terms with myself. I know it sounds silly, but I had to practice looking in the mirror and telling myself that my arms and my body are fine, and how silly it is to worry about this kind of thing. Fast forward to this year, where I get an invitation to be a bridesmaid in my cousin's wedding, which will take place late next year, when my cousin and her fiancé predict COVID have died down. The first red flag, which I did not pick up on, was when my cousin video called me to show me the bridesmaid dress I'd be wearing. Sleeveless, and completely identical to the other 7 bridesmaids' dresses. I got up at one point to grab a pair of shoes to show her, leaving the camera on as I did so. When I returned, she had a strange look on her face, and she said she'd have to call me later, and hung up. A week later, she calls me, tearily, telling me that I'm so sorry to do this, but my best friend X ruined her dress and you are the only one with the same size dress. I clearly knew where this was going, and I told her I didn't mind, etc. After some small talk, we finished the call. Again, I didn't think much of it. Then, a few days ago, my cousin calls to ask what I ended up deciding to wear. I was a bit confused, as this seems very early to worry about a wedding taking place next March. But I pulled a few options out of my closet to show her. Her response was, don't any of them have sleeves? Quote, no, they all look very pretty though, I answered. After a pause, she sighed heavily and said, look, I don't know how else to say this, but I don't want your arms in my pictures. They're just so ugly. Even if you're not a bridesmaid, you'll still be in the pictures. And then she burst into tears. I was speechless. I felt angry, hurt, and shocked all at once. She kept sputtering and blubbering about how horrible my arms would look in her high-def photos. I was still speechless, angry tears getting ready to pour out. Finally, I found my voice and said, I don't care how you feel about my arms. I spent months coming to terms with my body, and I see no reason to hide it. If that's a deal breaker, I won't be at your wedding. She gasped, and I hung up. Now I'm getting all sorts of texts from my cousin, her fiancé, and several of her friends telling me what a selfish bee I am. I started to feel badly, but I also don't think I should be forced to feel ugly and ashamed. I wouldn't even be in all the important pictures if I am just a regular guest. IDK. Reddit. I just don't know. AITA. Thanks for reading. Edit. Well, just wow. Thank you all so much, heart. Imagine being such a selfish and narcissistic person that you would tell someone to cover their arms so they don't ruin her wedding photos because they are different than hers. NTA. And I wouldn't show up to her wedding at all. Or if you do decide to go, I hope you show off your arms in all your glory and stay confident in yourself. I'm so sorry for what she said to you. NTA. Why do people get so insane about weddings that they are willing to treat people like crap? I am so sorry, and please know that your scars are not ugly. Your cousin is ugly for acting that way. Thank you everyone for your kind and encouraging words. I think not going to this wedding would be much better for my mental health than attending. My cousin has always been a little shallow, but it really did hurt this time. Less than 3. Thank you, Reddit, for helping me feel better about removing this woman and her cohorts from my life. NTA. I'm really getting tired of seeing these types of posts about people and their wedding photos. Yes, you want the photos to look good, but telling people to alter their appearance, such as change hair color, remove piercings, lose weight, cover your arms, etc., is ridiculous. It's about the people in the photos and who you share your day with to make it special. Not what those people look like. Don't go up that behavior or is not acceptable. NTA. I hope your parents, your aunt and uncle feel the same way, and your siblings, if you have any. NTA. Skip the wedding. These people only care about themselves. Also, block them on everything. I'm a big proponent of cutting toxic people out, even if they're family. NTA. And may I say, drop everyone from your life that insulted you. Ridilla at its finest. Also, she asked you to be a bridesmaid and then decided later that she didn't want you to be in her wedding? WTF. NTA. Your cousin is being very mean. Weddings are about love. It shouldn't matter if someone in the wedding party has scars on her arms. Sorry you have to experience this.
NTA. She sucks.
A big not the ass. You wear what you want. NTA. I would not only skip the wedding, but cut her out of your life. I would be letting her know very quickly that I wouldn't be attending the wedding. You are absolutely NTA. She is a horrid person for even thinking such a thing, let alone asking you to cover it. OMFG. Okay, so first of all, NTA. This is the most toxic, vain, narcissistic shit I have ever heard on her end. You did the right thing standing up for yourself. Don't ever let someone like her make you feel bad about yourself. And remember that there's nothing on this planet that can cover up her shitty personality. NTA. Cut that toxicity out of your life. Calling your scars ugly? The same scars you worked hard on to come to terms with. You are happy to be alive and thriving, and they're all acting as if it's something to be ashamed of. If I was petty, I would bring it up with all my siblings, parents, grandparents, everybody, and tell her that she said the scars you endures in an accident are being called ugly, and that she demanded you cover up, that you decided not to show up, and I hope all those relatives take your lead. She's a despicable person. NTA. I don't know why they're being nasty to you. When you said you wouldn't come if sleeves were a deal breaker, that basically solved their problem and spared you the indignity of feeling like the entire aesthetic of the wedding rises or falls based on what you decide to wear. It sounds like they know they're tosh and are getting abuse from how they treated you. So if they can just get you to fall in line, they'll feel better about themselves and think it wasn't out of line to ask you to hide your scars in the first place. Princess Eugenie literally had her wedding dress designed to show off her spinal scar. People are not afraid of their scars or seeing other people's scars. Your cousin is in the minority. NTA. Do not go to the wedding. Do not even send a gift. It's not deserved. Cut this selfish, immature jerk out of your life. Your scars are a sign you survived. They are a part of you. Anyone who tells you to hide that you survived is not real family. Not the kind you want. You take that money, you buy a hot strapless dress, and enjoy a fancy night on the town with your friends. Okay? You deserve it. NTA at all. I'd say don't bother turning up. NTA. My philosophy on this is that the people you invite are important to you. They are friends, family and loved ones. You should accept them as they are. Not make demands on clothing, hairstyles, color or whatever. I love scars. I don't mean I go out of my way looking for them or scar myself. But I see them as a badge of honor bestowed upon you by life. Each one of them is a story. NTA at all. And I'm so glad you stood up for yourself and said what you did her. The wedding isn't about your arms. And this is family. They all know the terrible accident you went through and should be grateful that you are now mentally and physically healthy and able to be there.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.